June 24. It's going to be a sunny day. It's around 6:30. So I'm going to make some adjustment to the solar panel. I'm not happy with the charging rate because it's going to take forever to charge the battery. So the battery has 24.9 and it's only showing one bar. That's the level of charge. It's basically depleted. It has some life, but with this is from the PB and it's 0 amps, so nothing is going into the battery, and that's the voltage from the solar panel. Now there's a relay inside the inverter. What it does is it opens circuits to check the solar panel battery, and then if it detects that it's over 30 volts, it would close it. So there's a brain in here figuring out what it needs to do. The thing is, really, the this system currently do not have solar panel capacity. So I'm going to do some quick and dirty wiring up the roof to improve solar panel capacity. So I created a temporary Y cable. So I've created a temporary Y cable. The two pluses of the panels are in parallel, and similarly the ground. So with the two combined, right now it is 26 volts basically. That doesn't make sense. So I'm going to remove the load into the inverter from here and see, is it really? So let's see what the flow charts. Now it's still 7 o'clock and the panels are somewhat hidden by the roof. So and there's a dew moisture on top of the panel. So I'm going to come up here later to using distilled water or bottled water to clean the solar panel. That's one of that is why one of the reason is the panel should be at ground level, so one can clean the panel often for more efficiency use of energy. So the two older panels are dirty, so that's a lot of dust I noticed. So I'm just gonna come and clean it. So as the sun comes up over the horizon, the voltage here should increase, but I'm going to disconnect the inverter to make sure my sanity check is correct. So yeah, my sanity check is correct, so it's wired up properly. So now I have 6 panel in parallel. I mean, sorry, I have parallel the older panels with the new panels. So in theory, this should be 1200 watts in theory. What I'm finding out is theory and practical at the moment, they're not meeting expectation. So that's what I mean by solar capacity. Based on calculation, you say, well, I have 6. Consider this to be 2 panels, so I have 6 panels totaling 1200 watts. and the solar energy follow the bell curve. So right now it's on the lower end of the bell curve, and then as the sun uh, ex- as the sun or as the solar panel get exposed to the sun, then it would increase in amperage. But really, one has to factor in capacity of solar. Let's see what happens. I'm going to go to ground level now. So I'm back at ground level. So the inverter has what you call intelligence. It would have been nice if this thing is MPTT, but in a way, for it's charging the battery with PWM, and really with PWM it just varies the duty cycle. And with MPTT there's charging intelligence involved. With PWM not so much. So here it droops the solar panel voltage to 24 volts, and of course that is low voltage. So we have to look at the AC component of the PWM. So let me just see. I'm just going to measure it if I could. Otherwise, we'll have to throw in this oscilloscope. But that's later. Right now, I'm not that curious. I just know that PWM, it betters the duty. So if you can afford a much more expensive inverter, then MPTT is the way to go. So I poked the cable here. So we're looking at DC component. Now with PWM, there should be an AC component. We should see that. Actually don't. That's curious. So as you can see, there is an AC component. It's charging the battery. So this is the AC component of the PWM driving the inverter. Now in theory, there should be 42 volts. It's insufficient. So this is the PWM driving the charging, and then this is the DC component. So, okay. Now this is actually duty is for on, or maybe the wiring is disconnected. I don't know. Yeah, this is what you call at full duty, 100%. So there you go. So because it's 25 volts, there is no duty. It's driving the battery directly from 25 volts. So, and the current right now is not measurable, so it's fairly low. Okay, it's now 7:30, and I washed the solar panel up on the roof. So the PB is charging rate is 2 amps. It's increasing as the sun also rise up on from the horizon. So when we're dealing with 2 amps, like I said, there's an AC component and a DC component. So right now the DC component is 24. It's doing a PWM right now. That's why there is a charging current of 2 amps. So although the PB is measuring 25, it's measuring because of the AC and DC component. So there's an AC embedded in here. So, but it's narrow because there's not enough sunlight hitting the solar panel right now. So the more solar panel you have more capacity. Uh, so this will increase to some other amount or value, and I'll check it at noontime and see what this value is. It should increase. It should be like let's say 5. It should be around 10 amps now. So if for example if it's 150 amp hour divided by 10, so it's 15 hours if it's charging at 10 amp continuously, but it isn't. It follows the curve. So again, my message to anyone that's saying, well, it's taking too long, that is correct. It's taking too long to charge a 150 amp hour battery. So how do you mitigate that? Add more solar panel. That's how you mitigate it. So, yeah, thanks for watching.